important part is the felicitation of our beloved Dr. K.V. Dominic on behalf of the community of his admirers. Of course, all of us have come for K.V. Dominic, for Newman College, for Kerala, and we are here in God's own country in the presence of those people who practice words. It said, there was word, the word was God, and those who deal with words are the children of God. So we are in the company of these special gifted children of God in God's own country. And I am really mesmerized, it's my first visit, by the general hospitality and warmth of the people. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, very warm welcome. I take this opportunity to also formally welcome the real poetic inspiration of K.V. Dominic and all of us here, his friends and admirers. My Bhabi, as we say in North India, this is Dominic and Joe, the heir to the intellectual heritage represented by Dominic. Now I request my young friend, very accomplished bilingual poet, critic, short story writer, Jaideep Sardi, to please take it. Thank you.
Because I fell in love with Kerala for, I think, since 2000. My first visit to Kerala in 2000. And I don't feel it's as, apart from Kolkata itself, when I was coming from the Kochi airport to this place, it's almost like feeling at home outside. The shore may be alive, but the universal sky is there, the sun, the same moon, the same night, in the evening. And the people connect each other so well. The hospitality, the simplicity. If there is God, I think it's in South India. If I were to be born, I'm blessed. I'm really blessed. Partly I studied in South India. I'm a product of Seattle, Hyderabad. And I think maximum number of friends are my Tamil or Telugu or from this Malay city, that is from Kerala. Whenever I talk to them, there's kind of simplicity that attracts me. Really, real face of India, the true face of India is the South India. There it may not be a kind of artistic sophistication that we associate with Pune or high-flown cities like a part of Delhi or a part of Kolkata like that. But it has its own rhythm, own pace that really binds me all together. I know coming here is a big, long journey from Kolkata, but I think I have to make it because I must commit myself with certain kind of demands of the heart. I have come here for the call of my heart, not for my professional interests. Really, it's a country that, because a lot of friends are associated. The first book I see is Giewec. Is one of the prolific young talents from Kerala. She is teaching at Kashigoda Central University. Now she has been traveling abroad and she is a poet in the making. And every now and then she has been referred to as one of the budding intellectuals of hidden time. Kerala is the house of so many intellectuals. In a novel, in short stories, in poetry, criticism, even the Secretary of Sahitya Academy is of course is from Kerala. A lot of publishers even from Kerala. So Kerala, it may look like a small state, but the productivity that in the literary circle is enormous. That's quite amazing. We must come down again and again to know the real commitment to the people here. I really like to thank the organizing committee here, the Newman College, those who have invited me and my friends here. And it's really, we are together because of the call from the Newman College. Head of the department, Professor Vincent John. I'm really, it's a proud privilege to be here. I bow down to your kindness. To the Secretary, Department of English, Professor Baby George, really, I'm really proud man to be here in this evening. Professor Amy Joyrazu, already we are familiar, and I am bound by, actually bound in the sense of love and respect. Professor Raj Kamal Shiromani, and already, the familiarity, face-to-face familiarity, maybe 1 hour or 2 hours old, but I think it's more than 30, 40 years of association. Then Professor Lakshmi Prasad, again, it's a kind of a bond at heart, and it's a long journey, I promise. And none other than Professor K.P. Dominic, who has been working like a committed servant to the world of knowledge. Professor Dominic's journal is one of the most important journals from Southeast Asia. I saw this journal in Indian Institute of Advanced Studies, the National Library of Kolkata, and this journal has been referred to in the articles and the short stories, even in the West. Here lies the man. The success of a man tells us who the man is. His academic credential is beyond my words to describe. Possibly a better poet, writer, Sunilji can describe, whom I regard as one of the best short story writers in India. Then I must salute Sunilji and Sangeetas from Birla College, and both match each other so well, and which is a kind of advantage for us, because we can get both of them. One is a fine literary, one with fine literary taste, other complementing with the circle and making the circle a round, real round shape. Sunilji is known in the West, published widely across the globe, but I am humbly say that he is very underrated in India, but he demands the light of tomorrow. Once you read his short stories, because I have been in touch with him, in active touch with him for the last 7-8 years, I don't find anyone who attracts me so much. The kind of writing skill he has developed, which is really different from others. His novel has recently been released from Jaipur, Book Enclave, Minotaur, which is one of the fictional wonders, a dynamite of possibilities. I hope to see a new kind of canonical change in the university pattern, college pattern, where the writers who are neglected may get some advantage. Because I have worked on canon formation, and I know how people were canonized in the 60s and 70s in the hands of Nissim Ezekiel. Some did not have the talent, but they came by fluke as Nissim, and somehow understood that they are good. Maybe by beauty, physical beauty, and maybe by correspondences and the oiling, quote unquote oiling. Even we know the sponsorship of Sahitya Academy is needed. And who controls this? Keki and Narwala. And you know Keki, I know because these people are well connected with me, don't quote me outside the room. Riju had a real hard time with Keki, because her book is pending in Sahitya Academy for 4 years. I met with Riju a long time back, and I told her that if you wait for Sahitya Academy, naked by the Sabarmati, and Sahitya Academy has agreed that they will publish the book, but kept on spending it for 4 years. A young writer like Riju is almost like murdered in Sahitya Academy. That book has not come out. But agreement is done. We will publish in 10 years, within 10 years. Then Riju somehow could come out with this book. So publication and recognition in India is a new perspective that we must redefine. Otherwise, writers from the mafsal areas, that means far from the madding crowds, ignoble strife, or the suburban areas like Sunilji, not in the at the heart of the city of Mumbai, from Kalyan, suburb. These writers will perish. and nobody will have time to read even their writings. So it is my earnest demand in this city of the God in Kochi, for 40 kilometers, 50 kilometers away from Kochi, enclosed by the hills and the forest. It's the native land of India. South India is the native land of India. We, the North Indians, don't claim that we belong to the country because maybe we may not be the native land, native people. It is your demand also that that identity should be reconstructed. Indian writing in English should have been redirected, reconstituted. And it is on your desk what you will decide in the future days. With these words, I expect a prosperous, busy next 3 days. And hats off to the organizing committee. Thank you. May I ask Professor Vincent John to say a few words?
And all the guests present here. Well, it's no time to waste any time on speech. It's a time when something is waiting for us. And Dr. Sharma and Dr. Sarenge, they have introduced this evening so wonderfully well that practically there's nothing left for me except to share something very personal. My relationship to Dr. Dominic is only the seminar old. When the seminar was announced, we talked for the first time then through mails or telephone calls, but never felt that I was talking to someone I hadn't seen. The same is the case with Lakshmi Prasad-ji. For more than 2 years, we have been in touch without meeting each other. Dr. Dominic has given us this chance to meet those. You know, there's possible only with a man like Dr. K.V. Dominic, such a magnificent personality. His was 54 or 55 years of his life is a real contribution. And he says that he would be retiring. Dr. Dominic, a teacher, never retires. A writer never retires. He becomes more active. He is retired, resold in fact. And this is what we all expect, doing more for the society. Meant is that probably for the first time in my life I see books are released in all India conferences. So 11 books being released. This is what Dr. Dominic has done. Thank you very much.
Only expert here. Other achievers are all here. I'm just another good professor who has a seniority, that's all. And I've been creative. So I must go now. Just want to recall something. It was in May that I was the chairperson of the Viva Oversight Committee that awarded the doctoral degree to Dr. Giewec. And at that time I said, you know, the great need in India is South India has a lot of writers but no publishers. You may remember this. Somebody should take the leadership. There's no institution in Tamil Nadu that can do it. But probably Newman College, from what it has done so far for the journal, can take up this. I don't know whether they consciously try to fulfill my wish or not. This is exactly what they have achieved. I would say this could mark a renaissance in the literary scenario in Indian English. The old generation is gone. We have brilliant poets and creative writers here before us. And headed by Dr. Dominic, the torch is now in your hands. please carry it along. As Dr. Saraki said, a new outlook is needed. The old canon will no longer hold. Times are changing. We belong to a gone by generation. You youngsters, Lakshmi Prasad, Professor, you will have to take up the torch. That much for the historical scenario. But personal. I first came into contact with Dr. Dominic with regard to the journal. And from his erudite comments and his messages, I assumed that he was a very senior professor, rich in experience, with a string of degrees after his name.
I share your feelings. I have an implication with him.
So I nominated him as one of the adjudicators of a PhD thesis.
Congrats.
And without contacting me, he contacted the controller and said, I myself don't have a PhD degree, I can't do it. Then I had to tell him, you don't require a PhD degree to be an adjudicator of a PhD thesis. It is scholarship that counts. Scholarship. And it was a thesis on post-colonial study. You are the right person. Anyway, since you already communicated with the controller, I will not interfere in that. Then he told me, sir, I am doing it now. It so happened that I was one of the adjudicators and later I became the chairman. It was a very pleasant experience. I felt as if I had received another degree. It took me 3 days to read the thesis and send it. 4 and took me 3 more days to type out these computer days. We are not familiar with it. 3 more days to type out the report and send it. And unusually for a Kerala university, the Viva also was arranged quickly. And he got his degree. Now that is the kind of man we need today. If we are to retain standards and improve them, this is the kind of man. As Professor said, we have attended so many all India Indian teachers conferences. When have you seen so many times?
Really remarkable.
And on a single day, and I think except for 1 or 2, all belong to 2010.
Oh, yes.